Hi, friends. We realized we forgot to record an intro after we recorded What Comes After Goodbye. So, this is part two of What Comes After Goodbye, and we hope you enjoy the conversation. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you've missed part one, we'll put a link in the description below, and you can catch up from there. Thanks again for listening and or watching, and we so much appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy this conversation. Okay, so I know last episode we talked about like coping mechanisms, and I know that you had mentioned a lot of it was hard. The what comes after goodbye was very hard. And how did you cope with that? What did that look like? Like once you were in your new place and rebuilding your home and establishing what your life looked like now in that moment, like what did you lean on? What did you do?
I went into a dark abyss.
I like how you say that just so casually, and I was just gonna sit here and be like, wow, okay. But let's talk about that. Tell me more.
Yeah, that was my isolation era.
Who did you isolate from?
Everyone.
Oh.
I went to work, I went home, and I just kind of like didn't do a lot. And it was very hard on the days when I didn't have my daughter because it was just like quiet and lonely,
Right.
But yeah, I very much like retreated, and I think like distanced myself from a lot of relationships. And kind of just went into like a little bubble,
Yeah.
And was that super healthy? Probably not.
I mean,
but it was like, I almost needed like just a break from everyone's feelings and emotions, and even like my own feelings and emotions, I just needed to like escape into like shows or movies or keeping busy at work or like whatever it was to like not deal.
What was your comfort show?
I think at that time it was The Office. I rewatched the whole Office.
Me too.
Because that's just like, that one's just like,
So
it's like coming home. Yeah, it's just like, and I've heard that like people with anxiety rewatch shows because you know what's going to happen. And that show's just also so funny. So it's just like, it's just a nice escape.
It is.
So I just rewatched that whole bad boy. And I think I rewatched Friends as well. So that's another one of my comfort shows. Just two gooders.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very much a bubble. How about you?
I went off of social media. I went dark on social media.
Right.
I also kind of went into my own little bubble where I think I leaned on certain people, but not a lot of people. You know what I mean? I also, I'm not like a heavy drinker, but at that point I was like,
bring on the drinks.
yeah, like you want a shot? Sure. I'll do it. And then I don't know. It was just like a way to let's go out and have some fun. And then I also got into, does anybody know what dub smashing is? It's like lip syncing.
Gosh.
Do you remember those? I was like,
yes, I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
I had this friend at work who I love dearly, and they were like, hey, have you heard of this app? And it no longer exists, sadly. And it was called Dub Smash.
Sadly.
So it was before TikTok became a thing and all that. And so it had like the sound bites already like loaded in, so you could search whatever. You could also upload your own if you wanted.
Yeah.
Like record your own and then whatever. So I like fixated on that because it brought me so much joy, and And it's like something from my childhood that I used to do too. Like I used to get together with one of my friends and we would do like our own little lip syncing videos and then we would
Love it.
critique each other. So we'd become better, obviously, because this was going
As
to be
one
a thing.
does.
Yes, as
Yeah.
one does. So, anyways, I got very much into this, and I spent like all my time at work just focusing on this. Like I don't even think I got any work done that summer, like or that time. I just for at least a few solid months, like I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
hilarious.
just dub smashed my way through it, and it was what got me through that in the office.
Love that. Yeah.
And
Office.
also just trying to get through a renovation. So,
Right.
yeah,
Fair. Yeah. Just keep them busy.
keep him busy. I like hyper fixated on tile. Also, like picking tile. I don't know. I just like found something to channel my energy into, and that's what happened. So,
Rolled with it.
yeah. And when the renovation was finally done, I thought I was going to have some big, like reprieve, some like big, like aha moment. And it was just like nothing. I'm like, oh,
Oh.
done. Like, okay, great. Looks great.
Interesting.
And yeah, and I think like some bigger emotions started to like bubble up after that because a huge part of the renovation was the kitchen. So the kitchen was always in a state of something needing to be done or in disarray or whatnot. So I think once the kitchen was done, I was like, okay, here it is. Like, looks great, I guess. Like, I don't know.
Cool.
Cool. It's functional.
Oh my God.
There's no more dust. Excellent. Like, I don't know. It was just really weird. It was a weird moment for it just to be done and final. And
Right?
it was such like a long time in my life, like years.
Yeah.
Years.
Years.
Weird times. But yeah, dub smashing, that's what I did.
I forgot about that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Too good.
Did you have like certain songs that you would listen to?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Just. And this is her Midnight's album came out shortly after.
Oh, okay.
And I literally blasted that thing in my apartment
Yeah.
and just like sang to the whole thing. And that was like her like breakup album. Although I think we found that out after.
Was it her breakup album? No, because she went on
there
tour
were some
with
songs-
Midnights.
But then maybe it wasn't. But then it like alluded to it after. Or she released that song Losing You.
Oh, yeah.
Losing me? Losing me. Losing you? Oh my gosh, I don't know. But
Me, I think. Yeah.
yeah. And I was just jamming out to that thing.
Yeah.
And then Tortured Poets came out. And then that was just
Spoke to my
on
soul.
forever. Yeah. Still play it.
Yeah, same. Same.
But yeah, she had
Oh, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
No, you go.
She just had some like real songs that resonated with me that I just played on repeat and like sang and cried to.
Yeah, as one does.
Therapeutic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Taylor.
Thanks, Taylor. I was really into Ed Sheeran.
Another good one.
He was my go-to. Or,
Oh, Dermot Kennedy.
yes.
Oh, I played those ones a bunch too.
Yes. I remember that. Those were good ones.
Good stuff.
I had like a weird variety of songs that just like I played on repeat. Like I made like a sad girl playlist. And I just like wallowed in that for so long. One of my best like friends, childhood friends, got married that summer that I got separated. And their wedding was in Powell River. And I had never been to Powell River before, nor had I really like gone away on a trip by myself. And I remember that trip and that whole weekend was such like a healing experience for me because I was alone, driving, playing my sad girl playlist, and one of the songs she had recommended to me was called Lost in the Light. And it's such a beautiful song. And going to her wedding too, I was in the wedding party, and it was just such a beautiful setting of like being near the ocean and just seeing how much her husband loves her and how much she loves him. Like it just like it was such a beautiful, I don't know, it was just such a beautiful time. And anyways, so her husband's like a musician, and they played a live set just randomly at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and they played that song Lost in the Light, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. What? I don't know, it was just like such a cathartic healing experience. And if anyone has ever driven to Powell River, you drive through Seashell, and it is the most beautiful, like, windy road that, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful trip. I recommend.
Love that. I've never been.
You should go. It is,
Noted.
it's such a beautiful place. I love it. I've only been the once. I would love to go back, so.
Shout out Powell River.
Yeah, I'm coming for you soon.
Next girls trip, maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
Powell River.
Here we
come.
Yeah.
Watch out.
We're coming to be healed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was it like rebuilding your home?
It was, I think that was healing in itself, because I'd never like built a home on my own. Like decided things on my own, or like designed things on my own, or like not had to take someone else's like opinion into account. So I think it was kind of cool to like watch myself like design my home and like make it my own, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of like grow like into yourself almost, like.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was like when I first moved out, I moved out with my ex-husband. So we like picked everything together and like decided on everything together. But this was like, as like sad as it was like also kind of interesting to like see my own choices. And just like home things.
Yeah, seem to like come into your own in a sense.
Yeah, and like create my own little space that was like peaceful for me to come home to. Because I very much am like someone that needs my home to be like a peaceful place.
Same.
A peaceful, organized place.
Yes. Yes.
That's how I relax.
Well. Yeah. I organize.
Yeah, I organize. And then I enjoy it. I bask in the organization.
Yes.
So yeah. Yeah, I think that was like a bit healing for me. Sad but healing.
Yeah. I love that. Sad but healing. So we're kind of going to take it back a little bit. Before you made the decision of like, we're going to separate, this is happening, were you stuck in the kind of like in between of like knowing that there was something that wasn't feeling good and feeling right, but not wanting to make a decision yet?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like I think there was like a whole year of that. Like I remember like something that like initiated the thoughts, a trip. And then from that point on, it was like, I was in the in-between for probably a year of just like, can I make this work? what can I do to like keep this family together? And
Yeah.
like, is this the right decision? And it was like a whole year of like kind of being in an in-between for myself, like in my mind.
I remember you in that in between. And I remember this one time comes to my mind is when we met at the Cactus Club for dinner one night. When I came back for a visit. And I was like, it was a check-in because I could see that you were struggling. And I remember just asking the question of like, where are we at with this? And you're like, I'm not ready to like make any final statements. Yeah. And just being caught in that in between. And someone else I know had a very like similar situation to yours of being in a relationship that just like they knew was not for them, you know? And I remember having a conversation with them one day when I was, you know, feeling brave and like bringing it up. And I think the reason why I brought it up to people who I thought were like struggling and that I was close enough and had that rapport and relationship with to, you know, ask these tricky questions is because I think I wish somebody had did that with me. Because after I separated, a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm like, what? I am? What do you mean you're not surprised? Like, I'm shocked. And you're like, when I went on my little tour and you know, it was people who were close to me. And I'm like, I just wish people felt brave enough, or even maybe it was me, you know, not holding space or like being receptive to other people's criticisms or thoughts or ideas or whatever, right? So, and I think that's why I tried to like, you know, if I saw somebody struggling, I would want to ask questions and get down to it. So this person said to me, I'm not ready to make a decision. And that kind of just means that I'm just making a decision just to like deal with whatever I'm dealing with right now and just not being super happy. And I thought, wow, like that's good self-awareness for one.
Yeah.
You're aware that there's an issue and you're aware that like this isn't what you necessarily want, but it's just what you're choosing for right now because you're not ready to make any final moves yet.
I just want to circle back though, because how do you think, you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but how do you think you would have reacted if someone had come to you and said something about your husband?
I think that I probably would have been defensive, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like I was
I'm just like thinking about it, like, I'm like, well, how would I react to someone?
I think it depends, like, who the person is and, like...
Yeah, that's true, the relationship you have with them.
How it was being brought up, because I know I would have acted defensive, because one person did bring it up with me, and I was super defensive, because I went to them to talk to them about their relationship.
And then, you're like, excuse me.
Yeah, and then they flipped the tables on me. I'm like, whoa.
We're talking about your problems.
That is not why I'm here. Okay. Yeah, and they started asking me some really hard questions because I think I was in denial for so long. And just with them surfacing those things, I remember I was upset for a while with them.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'm grateful that they had the courage to say something, even though that conversation must have been, like, super uncomfortable. I know it was super uncomfortable because I was part of it. So,
I was there.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that, I would have been defensive. But I take time. I reflect a lot.
Like the initial reaction may not have been great, but you probably would have like ruminated on it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big ruminator. I like to just sit with things for a while. Part of like the relationship dynamic was that I was in previously, it was hard for me to like bring things up that were hard conversations.
Mm.
Like until the end, until I was just like, I don't care. Right, until I was more confident in myself and like coming back to myself sort of thing. So I think
Yeah.
that's why having hard conversations with other people just I wasn't super open to, because I thought that I had to make like a very serious case. It wasn't a conversation.
Right.
It was more of
Right.
like, I need to prove myself. I need to have
Interesting.
all of my points listed out, and I need to make sure that I'm ready to rumble here. So,
Ready to rumble. Let's
I need
go.
to be prepared, because if I'm not prepared, then it was, not super fun.
Right.
Or productive, I should say. It wasn't super productive.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think now, though, like if somebody were to be like, hey, like check in on me and like, are you okay? And,
Right.
I would be more interested to hear what they had to say and less defensive.
Yes.
Like
I
think
feel like
would-
I'm similar.
Yeah.
Because
More
I feel like
open-minded.
I did have a couple people close to me that were like, yeah, we were wondering like if you were okay. And I'm like, why didn't you say anything? Like, and then I'm like, but how would I have reacted at the time? And I
Yeah.
feel like now I'm more like asking people for their opinion because I'm so like aware. I'm like, what do you think? Like,
Yeah.
do you like this person? Like, give me the truth here because I'd rather hear it now,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But that's also like making myself available to hear those opinions. Whereas like before, I don't think it probably would have been received as well.
Yeah.
That's just like self-reflection, you know?
I think that's just called growth.
Yeah. It's just
Self-awareness.
me growing up.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
just more so. I think open-mindedness comes with also having a lot of life experience, like different life experiences, and
Yeah.
wanting to learn from things that you've experienced. What would you tell someone who's standing in that in-between space? The decision's been made, but life still feels like it's in pieces. What I described as
Like, do
hell
you mean like,
previously.
like, do you mean once like it's been mutually decided and everyone knows what's going on?
Yeah.
Or do you mean when you've decided?
Let's do both.
Okay. What would I tell someone when they've decided? I would say if you've thought about it and you like know, don't drag it on because you're just prolonging that next phase of hell. And you're just keeping the current phase of hell longer and then you still have to go through the next phase of hell.
Yeah.
So I would say as hard as it's going to be to like to have that conversation with your partner, just do it so that you can move on to the next phase of hell. Super encouraging.
Super encouraging. I'm sure people
There's
are
hope.
like running.
Yeah, they're like,
go.
I'm going right now to have the combo.
Yeah.
But
I
think,
feel
like,
empowered. I'm so glad I listened.
I hope I've helped someone out there. Giving you hope.
You did.
But it's just like we only have so much time on this planet. And like, how much of it do you want to spend in that in between?
Yeah.
And then I'd say for the second phase, like, you're going to be okay. As like crappy and as awful and as like disheartening it feels at the time, like there is the light at the end of the tunnel and you will come out the other side like stronger and better for it and having learned like some sort of lesson. And probably something about yourself as well, like how resilient you are.
Yeah.
But at the time, it just doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like you're going to come out that other side. But you will.
I think it's important too for people while you're in it. So if you are thinking about it. Definitely, yes, have that conversation. And stand up for yourself. Don't be afraid to like stand up for
Yes.
yourself.
Stand up for yourself.
And be kind to yourself. But also, depending on the situation, I guess, like, I don't know. I'm just that type of person that tries to lead with kindness and grace, because it can get ugly, and sometimes it just doesn't really need to be that ugly, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if that in-between phase of like, ugh, dividing and figuring your new life out, it feels like so long ago. Oh, sorry. I remember what I was going to say from before.
Okay.
About disassociation, because I could see myself disassociating in this moment and like looking back on that time and being like it didn't even happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we talk about, but I refer to that as like my past life,
Right.
right? Because sometimes it feels like it didn't even happen.
Wild.
And I don't even know if that's just like my brain trying to protect me and being like you're okay, you can still move forward and move on and like whatever. Because I think that like that relationship, entering into it so young and then trying to make it work and then ultimately not. And because I had put so much pressure for that relationship to succeed, and then when it didn't, it was like I don't know. It never happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make sense. And it just made me think about something else. I just think we put like, so, at least I know I do, so much pressure on like how things appear to people. And another thing that is shattered is like that illusion you created of this happy, wonderful marriage that you put out into the world. And then like having that like feeling of you failed.
Yes.
And like people being like, oh, she couldn't make it work. Like she couldn't keep her husband happy. Like she couldn't keep a happy home. I think that comes into play a lot too. And it's just like another thing that's shattered is like that image you put out, which is so easy to do, especially on social media, of like everything's fine and happy. Like, look at our happy photos. Like, look at this happy family. And then like all of a sudden that illusion's just shattered and people are like, what? Like,
yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why I went dark on social media, was because I definitely was one of those people who was like, we're just having the best time.
look
all
how
the time.
happy we are.
Yeah. And then when I came to realize that, when I came out of denial, is what I'll say, I'm just like, I don't know how to like authentically show up anymore, and nor do I really want to, because I didn't want to publicize my personal life like that anymore. It just felt so, I don't know, it just didn't feel me, if you will. There's just some things that I want to keep private. Tell me.
Yeah.
What did you think of?
Well, I was just thinking about another hard aspect of the whole separating of the lives is that you don't get a say in what the other person does anymore. Like you don't get to contribute to that conversation. I am a control freak. And when you don't have control over what the other person is doing, and they can just blast things on social media without you getting a say in it, and like things that you wanted to keep private, you don't have a say in anymore. That's another doozy that gets thrown into this. like, you don't get a say anymore. And this person can, like, do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And say whatever they want. And that's a hard one, too. It's like things that you wanted to keep private are now not in your control anymore.
Yeah.
And that's another whole thing to navigate during that time. It's super tough.
It is tough. There's that social aspect of it, but there's also, I think that's probably why I went so hard on my tour, is so that I could have my say and kind of just like get my 2 cents in there into the narrative.
And I think I wish I'd done that more. Like,
but did you?
I just like.
That's what I mean. Like, did I need to do that? Like, looking back on it, like, why was that? I can understand as a survival technique for me at that time, for who I was then, that being important to me. But like now I look back and like, did I need to go that hard?
I wonder if there's like an in-between of like being able to like do your tour like you did and plead your case and whatnot. And then like what I did, just going completely like silent and not talking to anyone about anything. And it's also like, how do you respect the other person? Because that's also like, I wanted to respect the privacy of it and like the privacy of our relationship and how much do you divulge to each person depending on the relationship.
Yeah.
So there's also that aspect that you need to take into account. And I felt like I didn't want to cross that line of speaking on someone's personal issues to people that they didn't speak about it to. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you defend yourself while also respecting the other person?
It's definitely like
not even defend yourself, but
like share your story.
Tell your story.
Share your experience, because
exactly.
Yeah. It's tricky. I definitely get that side of it of wanting to get your story out there, because people are curious. When they hear that a relationship is ending, they're like, tell me, give me the tea.
What happened?
Right? And then they want to share all your opinions about your relationship with you afterwards, which is a whole other thing. Which is so interesting to me that people are like, finally, now I can tell you how I really feel. Talking to other people about like sharing your story about the relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
But then one thing that I remember from that time of like going on my little tour of my breakup tour was consoling others and their feelings about the separation.
Oh, don't get me started, Lainey.
I'm getting you started. I just remember being like, oh, this is a lot, because I have my feelings about it and now I have to like handle other people's feelings about it. And not everybody was like this, but there was definitely some people who wanted to defend and wanted me to like stay, right? And I just like, I don't know, I was just so done, and I'm like, I just can't hear this. I've already made my decision. It's not just because of this one conversation. It's not just gonna be like, oh,
I've changed my mind.
Right.
I've seen the light. Thank you.
You know? So I think that's also probably why I would never say never. I would hope I wouldn't.
Don't do it.
I'm not doing it. I wouldn't go on like something. I wouldn't do something like that again. I would hope I wouldn't, because that alone was a lot emotionally to handle when I was already so emotionally fragile, but wouldn't like allow myself to be, because it was all too much.
Yep.
So maybe, I'm sorry, I'm having all these epiphanies right now.
I love it.
Maybe it was like my way of coping. Like, let me make everybody's problems my problems, because it's way easier, like you said, to focus on other people than it is myself.
It is. Deflection.
My superpower.
Yeah, the other people's emotions was one of the toughest parts. And I think, like, any advice to someone out there who's supporting someone going through this, like, just be there to support. And you can absolutely have your feelings about it, but don't put it on the person who's already got their own feelings to deal with. Like, I understand this affects you as well, depending on your relationship with the person or whether you're a family member or whatnot. I get it. Like, I get your life is affected too. But this person was the one in the relationship. And while you have a relationship with their partner or whatever, they know that it affects you. But don't put it on them. Like, don't be like, you are now like, this is so upsetting for us. And like, this is so hard for us. And like, please don't make that the conversation.
Don't make it about you.
Don't make it about you, because that person already knows that. They know that it is going to be hard for you too. But that doesn't mean they need to hear that. And that doesn't mean they need the guilt of that.
Yeah.
When we already got enough guilt going on, like, please just take into consideration the person's feelings. Like, their whole life is changing. Everything they know. So just be mindful of that, please.
Yeah, that's a good call. I think that's a very valid point. I think one thing I've learned from, one thing. I've learned many things.
One thing I've learned.
But I was thinking about this today as I was trying to like prep for today's episode and stuff, and being like, I always thought I was like, have been a pretty decent listener. And, you know, generally people thankfully feel comfortable enough to like open up to me about things, which has been, you know, I love to hear people's stories, as I've said before. But going through this whole experience, I think I've learned how to, you know, that saying like holding space. I think that I like understand what that means, of like truly holding space for somebody and their feelings and their experience. Because it's one thing to do it for their feelings, but then like allow them to share what their experience has been. Right? Because no one experience is ever the same.
No.
Like, you and I could go see the same show and we could have totally different takes, totally different emotions and responses to it. So like two very different experiences from the same like content, if you will.
Yep.
So I think that's like a huge thing that I've learned from this. So what comes after goodbye? I think that from our experience, a whole lot of good stuff comes after goodbye, after dealing with some hard stuff. And saying goodbye is never easy. To Rochelle's situation, it's not necessarily a goodbye, but a see you later.
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. But like in my situation, there was very much a goodbye. And I think that's okay to have an ending to that story, even though sometimes I disassociate from it. But it's just a survival technique.
What story?
That I've picked up. Yeah. What are you talking about? But I think there can be happiness after goodbye. And I feel like we both...
Which will be next week's episode.
Yeah. Yes.
On to happier topics.
Yeah. On to more... Yeah, happier topics. That's
hopeful topics.
Yes. Hopeful and... I don't know. It has been interesting to unpack this with you, Rochelle.
It has been. And we've learned new things.
Yes. We've had epiphanies all these years later.
We've had epiphanies today.
Which is great, because I love learning from past experiences. I think that's honestly how people become better. And it's been great to unpack this with you, because we both were there during the turmoil, if you will, of it all.
The turmoil. The dark times.
The rise and the fall. Literally every step of the way.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about, honestly.
It is. It's wild.
Oh. What lives we have lived.
Yes. Our past lives.
Our past lives. Oh, I'm so glad we're involved in each other's future lives.
Yes. Yeah. Me as well.
Amazing. Anyways, everyone, if you've tuned in, thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thank you.
If you are watching on YouTube, we would really appreciate a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. And if on Spotify, a follow. And whatever other platform you're listening on, if you could just hit that like and subscribe button, we would be internally grateful for. Because that's how you get notified of the next episode, if you're curious. So, yeah. So thanks again for listening or watching. And we love you.
We miss you.
And we'll talk to you soon.